This has probably been my most requested video ever. You want to see me touch blue? So let's do it. So Super Mario Bros. There's definitely some colors that are going to be quite complicated in this game, and in the main level, there really is nothing that can help us. The underground is where the blue is at, but lucky for us, we can get there early by going down this pipe and touching the blue blocks. It's basically the same thing for the lost levels. Here is something else that did not change between these games. No blue in the overworld, but there is a coin room down this pipe. It's more difficult to jump to, as with the nature of this sequel, but once we get in, there's the blue ground again. SMB2. There should hopefully be a bit more color in this game. I guess you can see a bit of blue on the door, but that feels more like a shadow than anything, because you can see it in a lot of places in this game. I was originally thinking the magic potion door could act as our underground area, but unfortunately the only blue here is the sky, and that does not count because it's in the background. Mario's not reaching his hand all the way out there to touch the blue void, so everything you can touch here is black. It's dark within the shadows. The waterfalls are also completely in the background and untouchable. However, this door is where things change because now we have a dark area that actually still has color, and this ninja actually appears to be dark blue. I guess it's usually black, but they didn't want it to blend into the background, so now it's blue. But if that doesn't seem good enough, let's run all the way over to level 3 and go in here. Now everything is blue. All the platforms and all the climbable chains. SMB3. Alright, this one's much easier. There is a blue sky behind everything, but there is still a blue semi-solid platform to jump on. This one actually has a nice shade to it. Mario Land. This game would seem pretty difficult because it was not really made with color in mind, obviously. But walking a little bit through the first level, there are some blocks stacked on top of each other. The coloring on them looks a little strange, but there is definitely blue in there, and we're standing right on top of it. That's gotta be good enough, right? Mario World. You know, there's quite a bit of blue here. Some of the dinos or pipes and even the message blocks in these first couple of levels. But instead of all that, we can jump right into Yoshi's house. This is the actual fastest message block. And of course, it's got blue on the edge. Mario Land 2. Okay, this one actually took quite a bit to figure out, because I couldn't find any blue to touch in the first level. It's just all in the sky once again. This means we have to find a different level with blue, but because of the more open world structure of this game, we can go wherever we want. Honestly, the more I play this game, the more I realize how great it is because of that. But anyway, which zones have blue the earliest? Well, Tree Zone and Macro Zone are just full of dirt. Pumpkin Zone is just full of red in this haunted house, with all of the blue still being in the back, unable to be touched. Mario Zone lacks blue in the first level, but the second does at least feature some blue balls. Honestly, that should be where it ends for this one. But the first level of Space Zone and Turtle Zone are even better, because they both have water, but that's not what I'm counting. Whether or not you want to say that should count is up to you, but see, even if we don't, it's still useful because there are some blue fish to touch. Man, that one really took a lot of work. Mario 64. Again, I just don't know if water should count because it's not actually blue, even though it usually looks like it is. At least we don't have to go too far to find something else, because inside the castle, the highest point on the wall and the ceiling is blue. It's painted to look like the sky, but now it's a sky we can actually touch. Mario Sunshine. Oh look, more water that I can jump into, but probably shouldn't count. At least on the airstrip, there is the blue water tower and these things next to it. At least, I think they're blue. It also could just be the lighting, since it looks a little different on the side with the sun. But instead of worrying about that, we could just walk over to this other dock, and here there are some metal girders leading down to a boat. I'm pretty sure we can agree that's blue, especially on the edge. New Super Mario Bros. You know, because we're getting back to basics with this game, that means there should be an underground section in the first level, right? Yep, perfect. And of course, there's some nice blue blocks for us to punch right through. Mario Galaxy. This one could be really quick if we want to count the blue toads and the blue flowers on the ground. I actually didn't even realize that color was here on the ground until now, but I do want to touch something that is actually solidly blue. Also, we haven't actually been up to space in a little while, so let's head on up and I'll jump on this house with a beautiful blue roof. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Yeah, this is pretty much the same thing as the other 2D games. Let's just go right down this pipe and touch the blue rocks underground. Mario Galaxy 2. I've said before that I really don't think Starbits should count. One, because that feels a little cheap, and two, they kind of lose their color and shrink to nothing before they even touch you. But that leaves us in a tough spot, because there are very few touchable things in the intro that are not yellow or green. And even when 3D is reached, blue is still nowhere to be found. So we're going to space again. Surprisingly, this first planet still has nothing that can help us, because apparently they just moved all the blue over there. But even before that, we might have our answer in this launch star, because once we take off, we fly right through this Starbit crystal. I'm pretty comfortable calling that blue. Mario 3D Land. Oh, well, that has to be one of the most obvious things ever for this challenge. I mean, if they're putting a giant blue block right in front of my face, I have to slide on it, right? New Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm glad this 2D game is a lot more colorful, because we can actually stay in the main overworld this time. Let's just jump right on this blue platform once again. No problem at all. New Super Mario Bros. U. Just have one more underground sub-area to go into. Although this one is not as blue as in Wii, I think it still should count, but just in case, there is this other sub-area with the last star coin. Now it feels like we have the right colors, and of course, there's blue blocks around here. Mario 3D World. I still don't know if what we're standing on is green or blue. I didn't count it last time, I won't count it this time, but I couldn't find any blue throughout the first level again. Apparently this game follows the 2D format, except there's no underground sub-areas here. So do we just have to wait till the second stage? Well, actually, no, because we could just start playing as Blue Toad. Now, of course, Toad can't touch himself, but he could activate the checkpoint, turning the flag blue, and then just touch that. Amazing. Mario Odyssey. At first, I wasn't sure if there was going to be any blue in Cap Kingdom because there's not too many places to go at this point, but somehow I forgot about the lever you pull to raise the bridge. For some reason, it loses some of its blue after you pull it, but before that, there's definitely enough blue on this thing for it to count. Bowser's Fury. Alright, so we start up this game and it's immediately dark. Kind of hard to make out what color everything is when that's the case. So let's grab that first cat shine and take a better look. Here's the question. Do these rocks on Scamper Shores look blue enough? Or could that just be the lighting again? They also look a bit more gray when not in the shade. So I would feel more comfortable running over to Pounce Bounce Isle and touching these platforms that I know are blue. Or even Fort Flaptrap, since, come on, red and blue flip panels? And Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The water might not actually be blue, but the fountain itself does look to be blue from what we can see on the edge. And in addition, there's even the blue note blocks just off to the side. I have to mention these. It's the last color out of all 4 of the ones here. And there we go. So the most requested color has been finished, but what else should I do? There is just one color left in the rainbow, but should I do any more colors after that? Let me know what you want to see. If you want this series to continue, it will continue. But that's all I got for right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.